I'm the designer of my destiny, prepared for what is sent to me. On the path, let it go, let it flow. If you know, then you know what you know. The Darlaina Rose Show.
Welcome to the Darlaina Rose Show. I am your host, Darlaina Rose, certified emotional healer. We are here on location at the Healing House of Roses. Thank you so much for being with us today. I am so excited about this show. This show is here to not only talk about health and healing, but also to give a platform to creatives, to entrepreneurs, to people who are living their lives out loud, the producers, the artists, the singers, all of them who are here sharing their lives and their stories. So I'm excited today to introduce my friend who has an amazing experience that we want to share. Ms. Chavante Roberts will be our guest today. So thank you again for being here at the Healing House of Roses. I'm so happy that you had decided to come and share your story with all of you. So tell us your name and where you're from.
Well, first of all, thank you for having me, giving this platform to tell my story to the world. I'm Chavante Roberts. I'm from Broward County, Florida, Fort Lauderdale, Florida, Broward County. And I'm just here to tell my story with the Darlaina Rose Show.
I'm so excited for that. Um, when I think about you and how we met, you're such a spirited person. You know, I don't know if people ever meet people over the phone. And they say, well, we meet people online, you see their pictures and all that kind of stuff. But we met over the phone.
Over the phone.
Over the phone. You were one of those reps that I needed to call for my job. And you were always so pleasant. And every time I called and got somebody else, they were like, oh, it's going to take too long for me to do all that. But every time I got you, you say, how many you got? I'll take care of you. And you took care of me. And so we absolutely became fast friends over the phone here in Atlanta. You working at your place, me working at the hospital. And I'm just so excited. But once we, got together, I started my women's group, and you were one of the first people here in Atlanta to show up. And we got a chance to hear a little bit about your story. And, I'm so sorry for your experience, but I'm grateful that you're willing to share it with other moms. So can you tell us the story?
Yes, well, my experience has definitely changed the whole trajectory of my life. On April 4th, 2009, my son Gregory, he went to talent show at school. He was supposed to perform because he was in the performing arts, and one of the local rappers was having the talent show, and the performer had came that day for a pet rally. And Greg and his little group, BCB, which was him, his brother, his god brother, and two of his best friends, had written the theme song for the football team. So
Wow.
when the local rapper heard it, he was like, I want him to come back and perform at the show. So that was the thing. He went back to to that night to perform at the show, and that was the night that my life changed forever. Of course, I was working and going to school, so his godmom was like, I'll take them and I'll pick them up. And I was like, no. We actually went back and forth like an hour, saying, no, I'll take them, I'll wait. She's like, no, because you have work tomorrow, and plus they have to do their volunteer hours. In Florida, you have to volunteer a certain amount of hours for graduation. So he and his god sister would go volunteer after school and on Saturdays. Long story short, so she's finally said, go ahead, I'll take them to the show, I'll pick them up. You pick them up tomorrow, we get off work. Okay, no problem. Now, mind you, I never ever took my kids anywhere and dropped them off. When they would go to the movies, I would be either in a parking lot or another movie theater watching a movie. If they went to the mall, I would be not too far behind them. I'll give a little bit of freedom,
space,
but not too much.
Yeah.
If they went to the skating ring, I would be in the parking lot waiting. So this is the first time I ever dropped them off somewhere unattended. And to this day, I regret that. Anyway, he went to the show, and he had been getting bullied, unbeknownst to me. The school knew about it, but I never knew about it. He was getting bullied, and his bully saw him at the talent show and came back after the talent show and robbed and shot him. He begged for his life because they said that he seemed like he knew who it was because he turned around and was talking directly to the robber, and he shot him anyway. Shot him, and he died. 16 and a half years old.
Wow.
Good kid, honor student, doing all the right things, and I couldn't wrap my mind around it. How did I send my son to school and he never came back?
Wow.
And that's the part that I never forgive myself for, because I feel like I wasn't there to protect him. So that has trajected me into being an advocate. You know, I was always an advocate for my community, but it's like put me to the forefront of it, because I never thought that I would be the one to have to go to something like this. I never understood why God chose me. But now I said, why not? Why not me? Because I'm built for this.
Yeah.
I'm more than a warrior, so
Yeah.
I'm up for the fight.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. You are amazing.
Thank you. Thank you.
And clearly he was too.
Yes, most
He
definitely.
was too.
Most
And
definitely.
so I'm just, you know, when I think about, you know, mothers who experience that as a mother of a son, you know, having that experience, is there anything that you can tell to another mother who's had this similar experience?
I just basically take it day by day, because they say with time it gets better. That's a lie, because Monday made 13 years, and I thought I was finally accepting it because I wasn't crying every day. But like 2 weeks ago, I started feeling like really anxious, and I couldn't feel like, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on with me? Like nothing's going on at work. You know, everything's okay in my life. And then I looked up, I said, oh my goodness, April 4th is coming up. And it's like my body went into panic mode. Like it knew like that trauma all these years later. Even though I try to put it to back of my mind, my body reminds me every year that your baby's not here. It's like the trauma's still there. The trauma never goes away. But you can get stronger day by day and get used to your new normal, because you'll never be normal. I just call it my new normal, because that's what it is. You'll never go back to the day before, the time before your loved one was taken, but you can have a new normal. You can have a new normal.
That's good. That's good to know. Those are the same exact words that my mother used. We just have to find a new normal. And, you know, do you recommend a person to go through some sort of trauma healing, or something to do with maybe a therapist or something like that? Do you recommend that?
Actually, I do. Therapy actually saved my life. When I say saved my life, when this first happened, I'm so thankful for my village, because when I tell you I had a nervous breakdown, I was in a behavioral health facility. They had me on so many meds. I mean, it was to the point that my sister had to get financial, responsibility for me. I couldn't get up. I was on medication. I couldn't get out of bed. I couldn't take care of my daughter, my son. So my village stepped in, and they just basically took care of everything for me. My sister took financial responsibility, made sure my bills were getting paid. My cousin Chris, he's my big brother. He was there. Greg's father. Like, it definitely takes a village, and therapy literally saved my life. It saved my life. I'm an advocate for therapy. It works. It works, because where I'm at now to where I was then, it's amazing. Because if you were there when it happened, you'll be like, this is not the same person.
Wow. Now, when you talk about, you know, therapy in our community, you know, therapy is so taboo. You know, people feel like that it's not helpful, or that you can handle this. And so, what would you say to the person who says, "I don't need no therapy, I'm fine"?
Well, unfortunately, in our community, it's always been that what goes on in the house stays in our house. That's been for generations.
Yes.
But it's a new day and time, and a lot of people say, oh, go to church, pray, pray, pray. But guess what? I pray. I have a therapist. And guess what? I take medication too.
Absolutely.
So it works. And you can pray.
Yeah.
But you know what? You can pray and go to therapy.
Yeah. And I do believe, I'm in agreement with you as well. There's been, you know, times in my life where it was absolutely necessary, you know, and I often compare it to when the body gets sick. You know, when your body gets sick, you get, you know, diabetes or high blood pressure or something like that. We go to the doctor because it's broken. And so the same thing can happen with the mind. The mind can get broken too, because of the trauma. It's one of the ways that the brain protects us. So I'm absolutely in agreement with that. So talk to me about the foundation. and what the foundation does.
So my foundation is the Greg Smith Foundation. It is a foundation that I found in memory and honor of my son and his life. It prevents youth violence through arts, education, and mentorship. So we just, we have, it's for the kids in the community, and it's just to match them. Like, say for instance, we have a kid, an at-risk kid, and we just trying to show them a different way, let them know that, hey, you don't have to be a bully, you don't have to be into gangs, you can go to school, you can do this and that. Because a lot of times our children are in our communities, they're not bad kids, but they're labeled bad because they have other issues. And it's mostly behavior. They suffer from PTSD, grandma's raising them, dad might be in prison, mom might be in prison, it's just a lot of things they're suffering with, and then they have to go to school. So just hypothetically, you're staying with your big mama. Your big brother's selling drugs or doing something illegal.
Mm-hmm.
It's people in that house all night. You're not sleeping at night. You get up in the morning, there's no food. You have to find clothes to wear. Then you have to go to school. You're already stressed because you didn't sleep. You didn't get breakfast. You get to school, kids are picking on you because of the way you're disheveled. Then you're falling asleep. The teacher's sending you to the office because you're falling asleep. Now you're getting suspended. Your IS. It's like a vicious cycle.
Yeah.
But they're not looking at the root of the problem.
Yeah.
It's behavior. The kids are acting out. They're doing different things because it's emotional trauma. It's just a lot of things they're dealing with, and our kids don't get that. They don't get that grace to say, well, hey, maybe something going on with Daquan. Maybe something going on with Shanika. They don't get that grace. They just automatically label bad kids when there's so many environmental stresses that they have to deal with just to be coming from the inner city.
Yeah.
There's so many things they have to deal with that other people don't.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Those are some serious issues, problems that young kids are experiencing right now. Some of us, we've been so sheltered from that, but that is the reality for so many kids. So we thank you for what you're doing with the foundation. The foundation, is it here in Atlanta as well as in Fort Lauderdale?
Was actually based in Miami.
Okay.
But I have done things here in Atlanta, not much so as in Fort Lauderdale, because I'm from Fort Lauderdale. Everybody knows my story there.
Yeah.
But eventually it's going to be nationwide. Everyone will know about the Greg Smith Foundation because I just want to heal the hood. I want our kids to be loved. I want them to know that it's a better way, and they don't have to take the route of violence to solve, to solve their problems, or they don't have to bully. They don't have to do all the negative things that, usually happen in the inner city.
Yeah. So what you call yourself? The hood?
I'm going to be the hood healer.
The hood healer.
The hood healer, yeah.
Well, we are so grateful for you, the hood healer. So is there a way that people can get in contact with you now? Do you have something set up now, or is there something coming in the future?
It's set up. I can be reached by email at thegregsmithfoundation@gmail.com.
Okay.
If you, email me if you want to have any speaking engagements. My contact number, 954-861-7904. I still have my Florida number.
Yeah.
Never give that
Come
up.
on, Lauderdale.
But yeah, just if anyone wants me to come speak to their come speak their community, I can. I just want to let the kids know that they're loved.
Yeah.
And just because they might be in a bad situation now, that situation is on your situation is only temporary. It can change, but don't make a lifetime decision off of a one moment in time. Because the young man that took Greg's life, I found out because we had to go through 2 trials. I filed a second trial that he was depressed. He had just tried to commit suicide 2 weeks before. They gave him a referral for family counseling. He showed up alone. They turned him away because his mom didn't go with him.
Wow.
And it's like, wow. He needed help.
Yeah.
He needed help. And then when they asked him, why did you bully Greg and why did you do what you did to Greg? And he told them, and this just blew my mind. He's like, I wanted his life. And I never understood that. So I asked him to take, I was like, when we talked to him again, asked him to elaborate on that. And he told them that he wanted to be like Greg. He wanted people to love him like Greg. He wanted a mom like Greg. He wanted friends like Greg. Because Greg was only in 9th grade. But Greg was, quote unquote, the cool kid. He hung with the seniors. Everyone loved him because he was so popular in school and everything.
Yeah.
So he just wanted he wanted the attention and love that, that Greg received from people.
Wow.
But for him to feel like he had to take my son's life because of the way people loved him, that says a lot about the situation that he was coming from. You know,
Absolutely.
how could a child feel that unloved to want to kill another person because of the way somebody loves them?
Yeah. So it sounds like you've forgiven him.
I have, I had to.
Yeah.
I had to because I felt like he already took my son. Am I gonna let him take me? Am I gonna let that anger eat away and make me hateful? I can't do that. I have work to do. So I turn my pain into passion,
Wow.
my anger into action, and my tears into triumph.
Wow.
And so
Wow.
we have the Greg Smith Foundation.
Thank you so much. We appreciate. Oh my goodness. I am not about to cry.
Me either, right? Me either.
Oh my goodness. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for
Oh my
having me.
goodness. I hope this has been helpful for you. We will make sure that if this story has resonated with you, that you will be able to reach out to the Greg Smith Foundation to either have Chavante to come to your facility to speak about this subject matter, or even to just have a conversation with her if you're having that same experience. So we thank you so much for being here again.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for being here. I want to send a special thank you to our special guest, Chavante Roberts of the Greg Smith Foundation. If you have a story that you want us to share, please reach out to the show and we will gladly get you on here. It's so, so important to tell your story. You become the evidence for so many people. You become the evidence that it's going to be okay. Absolutely 100%. Chavante is an amazing example of what it is to experience something so tragic, but to be so loving and so giving, to share her story and to let you see that you will survive past these types of things. So we're so grateful for her. So just remember, we just need to take care of each other and yourself. Thanks for watching.
The Darlaina Rose Show.
It's important to know what to do when you're having a bad day. What do you do? Do you just fall into it and let it take you under and remind yourself of all the reasons why your day should be bad, all the reasons why, the day is just messed up? Hey. So think about that. When you have a bad day, what do you do? What do you do when you just feeling it's just the day is going all the way left? Some people will allow themselves to go all the way down deep in it and won't pull themselves out. Don't do that. Because the more you allow your emotions to take you down, your emotions will have you feeling terrible, and you'll feel so bad that you'll start taking it out on other people that don't even deserve it. They don't know why you're feeling the way you feel. They don't know why you're doing what you're doing. But you end up making somebody else have a bad day. So there's 3 things that I do when I have, maybe 4. When my day is not as it should be, I will do some prayer and some meditation. I will turn on some happy music. Music makes me feel amazing, so I will play good music. But one of the other things that I do is I write a letter to myself. But when I write the letter to myself, I take myself out of being me and I turn myself to being my own friend. Because think about that. If your friend is having a bad day and they call you up and they say, girl, this is wrong and that's wrong and the other thing is wrong, what do you say to your friend? So I want you to put yourself in the position of your friend and then write yourself a letter. And I've done that. I have one of the letters that I wrote to myself. And, all of my friends and family, they call me Lena. So I said, hey, Lena, you are so amazing. I'm so thankful for you. I don't know how you do what you do. Man, so many others would have quit by now. It's okay. Because I know so many people who have quit already. You're going for it. You're going for all of it. You're not taking no for an answer, no matter what it looks like. You gave up so much to get here. You have no sign of quitting in you. Even when others stopped believing in you, you kept going. Even though sometimes it looks like no one will ever see you or see your vision, you kept going. You keep going, no matter what the cost. I know it is because you are obedient to your purpose and calling. You are up late and pop up first thing. You keep on serving day in and day out, knowing that eventually it's going to break. So I write a letter to myself as my friend. So the things that were in there in the letter are things that I would say to myself as my friend. So I write a letter to myself as my friend. So the next time you're having a bad day, write yourself a letter as your friend. And the next thing is, what would you do if you could start all over? What's the new plan? Consider your future. So the next thing is, what can you do to start the whole day over, the whole situation over, whatever it is that's making you feel bad? What can you do to start over? How can you start over? I can start over by playing me some happy music that takes me out of the mindset that everything is wrong and then everything is right. I could call one of my friends if my letter didn't work. How can you start it over? Think of a plan and consider your future and do it over. Just do it over. Just start all over. If you woke up on the wrong side of the bed, close your eyes for 10 seconds and say, when I wake up this time, I'm going to feel better and be better. And you can play some music. There's so much good music out there. Won't he do it like he said he would? Because he did and he will. Ain't no stopping sunshine. Ain't no stopping me. I'm not a singer, but, I like good music. So just play something amazing that's going to change your thought process. And then this was a thing that I heard Brendan Bouchard say. He said, buy tickets. Buy tickets. Buy tickets to events. Go somewhere. Get your calendar out, right? Go on to Groupon, Eventbrite, and buy tickets to events. And when you buy the tickets, buy more than one so that you can bring one of your friends along. There's free tickets all the way up to thousands of dollars of tickets. It could be for a concert, a seminar, anything. Just go get tickets to something. A class, painting with a twist, vision board class. Go buy tickets. Set your calendar up. Buy the tickets for you and your friends and just go. Just the fact that you bought the tickets, then you can call your friend up and say, listen, I got us some tickets. So you take the tickets, call your friend and say, we're going to vision board class. And if that friend don't want to go, that's okay. Call the other friend. Hey girl, listen. Or hey boy, I got some tickets to whatever it is, to the concert, to the vision board class, to the dance class, to the gym, whatever it is. Get some tickets, buy some tickets, and share with other people. So, what do you do when you have a bad day now? The first thing you're going to do is play some great music. Well, no, maybe let me backtrack that. The first thing you're going to do is pray and meditate. The second thing you're going to do is play some good, happy music, maybe some inspirational music that's going to change your mood. The next thing is write a letter to yourself as your friend. Write a letter to yourself as your own friend. And you'll be surprised. Sometimes we think we can't talk to ourselves in a positive way because it makes us feel like we're being conceited or we being some type of way. No. Remind yourself of all the good things that you've done. Remind yourself of how you pushed through when the odds were against you. Remind yourself of that. Write it down and be in that and be grateful and thankful for what you've been able to accomplish because you're so amazing. You're so amazing. You've been on that job for all those years. You're so amazing because you've been in this relationship that's been difficult. You're such an amazing mother. You've been taking care of your kids and helping them with the things that they've been going through. You're just amazing. amazing, amazing, amazing. Yes, make a decision that you're just going to have a great day. The next thing is, think of what you could do to start over, to make the situation better. What can you do to make the situation better? Do you need to make a call? Do you need to rewrite the plan? Whatever it is, to start all over, do that. Consider your future, whatever it is. And then buy tickets. Buy free tickets, cost tickets, whatever. Buy tickets and go out with your friends, socialize, do something fun. You know, make calls to people that you love and care for. Just do whatever is the best thing to change that bad day to a good day. And if it's still not no better, inbox me or call me. I'll fix it. Darlaina Rose, your premier health and well-being coach, best-selling author on Amazon of How I Got Here, My Holistic Healing Journey, keynote speaker internationally and nationally, also an amazing trainer. So I am excited about the things that I get to do in my life. I have chosen to do things a certain way, and that makes me absolutely happy. I have made decisions to no longer do things that don't make me happy. So guess what? You could do the same thing too. Make a decision to not do it if it doesn't make you happy. If the relationship doesn't make you happy, reevaluate. If the job doesn't make you happy, reevaluate. If life in general is not making you happy, reevaluate. It is okay. You can, I don't care if you've been doing the same thing for 20 years. You can start over brand new today. Today. The thing that I have learned in this 53 years is that you can change anything, anytime, anywhere, anyhow, because at the end of the day, it is your life and your responsibility. No one else is to complete you. No one else is to make you happy. It is your job to complete yourself so that you show up complete in every other relationship that you are a part of, whether that is a romantic relationship, relationship with siblings or parents or children or whatever. You are complete because you make yourself complete. So be your complete self when you show up in other relationships. So do all those great things, and I promise you, you can turn a bad day into a good day. Bad day. The first thing you want to do is pray and meditate. The second thing you want to do is play some happy music, inspirational music. Won't he do it like he said he would? Ain't no stopping sunshine. Ain't no stopping me. Whatever your song is, just play it and play it loud. And then the thing that I just shared is I write a letter to myself, but I write the letter to myself as my own friend. So what would you say if one of your friends called you and they weren't having a good day and they called you and told you something? The same thing that you would do for your friend, do it for yourself. So I wrote a letter to myself and said how amazing I was. And it's okay to say that you're amazing if you're amazing. If you've been through some things and you've gotten through it, that makes you amazing. If you've changed your life in some kind of way and you've gotten through something bad, guess what? You're amazing. Say that. Write it in a letter. You're amazing. I'm proud of you. You've done so much. Write it all out. And whenever you feel bad, you can go back to that letter or you can write another one. The next thing you want to do is figure out how you can start over. Start the situation over. If you woke up on the wrong side of the bed, close your eyes for 10 seconds and wake up again. When I wake up this time, I'm going to feel better. Don't go spewing all your nasty stuff on other people. You having a bad day, keep your bad day to yourself. Don't give it to nobody else. If you're feeling bad, just until you feel better, don't go spewing that negativity on other people. And the last thing is buy tickets. Go on whatever and buy more than one for somebody else to come with you. Or go by yourself. If you go by yourself, you're bound to meet somebody. But if you're not somebody that likes to go by themselves, because I will go by myself in a heartbeat, to dinner, to the movies, whatever, I'll go by myself. But if you're not that type of person, buy additional tickets for other people. 2 more tickets, 3 more tickets. And if it's free, at least get 4. So at least you and 3 of your friends can go. You know, that's how many could sit at the dinner table after. So buy tickets, get tickets, and take your friends. And just know that it will only get better from here.
Show